Al, can you tell us a couple of standouts to our fans here at Jofo? And I don't know, maybe you'll get some dirty looks there. You won't be naming everybody, but who are the couple of the in OVW that you can mention here that you think that have a good chance in the future at a big promotion?
I think they all do, honestly.
Everyone really do. That's a good answer.
Yeah, I do, and I do. I'll be honest. I do say that for two reasons. One, because I don't want to not mention somebody.
Yes.
Like, well, you didn't mention me, but at the same time, I really do think that all of them, in my experience, I've seen people, that have come in and, you take a first glance at them and you're like, yeah, that's not going to happen, and then lo and behold, they're in a major role in the sport of wrestling. So, a good example, we had a kid just came into the school, trained, graduated, and very quiet, very reserved, very introverted. Not a big kid either, kind of maybe 5'7". He hasn't really filled out. Maybe lucky if he's 190 pounds. Great kid, great attitude, and I was so desperately hoping that he would connect, he would succeed. And lo and behold, he had a very reminiscent, he looked like Bob Backlund, the former WWF World Heavyweight Champion. He looked like Bob Backlund's nephew. And in training, they started calling him Buzz Backlund. And he developed this persona where he kind of emulated Bob Backlund, but like amped up, like over the top. And let me tell you something, that kid came out and to that audience, he was like a superhero. He was the most entertaining and most enjoyable kid to watch on the show. And if you'd have asked 6 months prior, I'd have been like, I don't know, but he found something that worked and connected and allowed him to, create a persona that an audience cared about. So God bless him.
One of my favorites when the first time I went to watch the OVW, I saw him and I pointed him out to Al and he goes, yeah. Because Bob Backlund, I always liked him in the WWF.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I had to ask, is he really his kid? So,
one of Bob Backlund's nephews, he wrestles in the area occasionally, and actually came up to Buzz and was like, "Are we related?" I didn't know. I had never seen you at any